Right, so it's the 2nd of Feb 2013. It's been all the brickwork has finished. It's been finished. That's still a bit dirty, but they've cleaned the bricks. That's still a bit dirty because that's going to be rendered. Let's go in. So all the plasterboard's been delivered. So since I came back last week, the insulation's gone in to all the walls. We've had all the electrical work, well, I suppose the electrical work done, where the light switches are and the power points. So we go into the study. What also has been put in is the doorways. So for the sliding doors, they're in. The air conditioning ducts and the heating ducts are also in. So it's done a fair amount of work this week. A couple of doors have been dropped off, which is good. Come to them in a moment. So the power points are in. So this is really for a question that I've got for Glenn. So we deleted a whole bunch of power points from the building to hopefully our next door neighbour in Point Cook, Glenn, will be able to help us with. So I think I anticipated putting a power point on that wall there as well, which Glenn was going to do. So hopefully he can get in from up there. Glenn sort of mentioned as well that anywhere we've got a power point in, it'll be easy enough to come on the back side of the ones that have been installed by the builders. So that one there, if I wanted a power point in the study on this side of the wall, we can just do it opposite that. So Glenn said he'd be able to try and be able to feed that through. So that's really good. This door is probably the front door, I think, or the temporary door. Not sure how they do all that, but anyway, that's fine. So some plasterboard delivered in there. Coming into the master bedroom. So again, just the insulation on the walls. Walk-in robe there. Coming into the bathroom though. So that's that window that's we got changed over. The ensuite. So we're in the ensuite. It's a sliding door in the ensuite. So the question I probably had for Glenn is if that's where a bed's going about there, we'd want a bedside table about there. So how do we get the PowerPoint, which I want, down there somewhere? Do you have to go through the noggins, or do you go on the outside of the wall and drop your cable in behind the insulation? I'll have to ask him that when I get home, because I would obviously want one PowerPoint on the other side as well, over there somewhere. Get a PowerPoint there for bedside lamps, I suppose. Or worse, or best case scenario, get one in the middle of the wall, a double PowerPoint, so we can then feed off that. Anyway, they're all questions we'll find out from Glenn. And this was this is that door. So I'm not sure what that door is, but as you can see, it's got the little patterns in the door. So I'm not sure where that's actually going to go. But anyway, possibly garage, I don't know. Anyway, looks like an internal door though. So then we come through, got our entryway, going down, archway there, that's into the garage. So we've got plenty of power points there. So we've got one there, one there, one there, on the other side there. So we've got plenty of power points if I want to do some work in the house. I did want to have a look at, see how heavy this is. Oh, gee whiz. point down there. Good. Oof. Oof. That was interesting. They all nearly came down. Okay, so we've got a little lounge room in there. Got the sliding door fitted in, with a cavity, sliding cavity. Power point there. Power point there and TV point there. So ultimately we have the TV along that wall there. I was thinking maybe we should have had it along that wall, which would back onto Lenny's room. Not ideal, given his bedroom's right there. But we just have to play around. But that's good. Coming out, all the plaster being delivered, dropped off there. So they'll probably, in the cornices, so they'll probably start the plastering this week, I would imagine. And we've now got everything marked out on the ground for the kitchen. So that's the power coming out through the island bench, which was very intelligently suggested by our next door neighbour Glenn to make sure we get that done. And that's the mark out for the bench space. So we've got, this is the oven, so that's the oven which will go about there. And that will be a space for, PowerPoint there, for the fridge in there. And then up the top we've got the bulkhead coming out. So what you will find is when everything's fitted off, we'll have cupboards coming down there which will be in line. Cupboard spaces. That's off into the lounge room. The rumpus room down there. So it's all coming together. Up in the roof we've got all the bats being delivered. All the electrical work, wiring, whatnot's up there. This is where the cooling, ducted cooling is. And I think the black is the ducted heating. So I think that's separate. Separate, same, not sure. Anyway, it's all up there. So we walk into now Lenny's room. So yeah, so as Glenn suggested, we've got a power point on that other wall, so he'll be able to fit one off on this side of the wall. So it means we'll have a power point, 2 power points in each kid's room, one on that wall and then one there. So we can play around with their rooms in terms of where their bed goes, bedside tables, lamps, all that sort of stuff. So they've got plenty of power points in each room. Got the ducted vacuum piping which goes up into the roof. We've got 3 of those points. Then we'll go into the bathroom. There's a bathroom in there. That's the cursed toilet with no window. It's going to haunt us forever and a day in this house. And they've fitted the bathtub in. It's interesting, the bathtub I think's a bit undersized, a bit smaller than most, but the kids are growing up, so they're probably using that less, so that's over the next couple of years that'll be more of a feature than anything else. Obviously the shower will go into that corner there, and that little square with the yellow is the niche. So it's a little hole in the wall that you put all your washing shampoo and whatnot in there, rather than having those stupid racks that hang off the shower head. So the bench space will actually go all the way across there to the bathtub. So again, there'll be an oversized bench to allow the 3 kids to pile in, and all of that wall there will be mirror. So the kids will have plenty of space, hopefully no fighting over getting in the way and pushing each other out the way and whatnot, brushing teeth and so on. Then coming back out down the hallway, going into Flynn's room. So again, the PowerPoint will be on that side. So we will get another PowerPoint on that side, which Glenn, our next door neighbour in Point Cook, said he'll just be able to back one onto this wall from that point there. So we have 2 PowerPoints in that room, which is good. Then going to Callum's room, and same thing. So 1 PowerPoint will be there. I'm probably thinking I want a PowerPoint in the middle wall there, but what Glenn said is that on every outside wall they'll be easy enough for him to be able to do. So that's good. Going back out, and then the laundry. So on the ground there it says manhole, so manhole's going to be up there in the laundry. Plenty of space in this big laundry. So that line there indicates the bench space out to there. And all that will be our all of this is our laundry area. I just wonder if that pipe and that hole, let's look into that, what that will do. It goes up into the ceiling. I just wonder if that's got something to do with the dryer. Not sure. Don't know. No idea. Should have asked Vince when we were here last weekend what he thought that might be. That's the laundry. Broom cupboard in there. Brooms, vacuums, whatever we need to sort. Vacuum pipe. So we're now back in the living room. So up on the roof we've got the air conditioner already up there, or the evaporative cooler unit, which is up there. Bonaire ducted, it's the heater. Bonaire ducted gas central heater, that says on that sticker. So that's the heater. Okay, so we're back down level. We've got the marks on the floor which indicate the downlights. So we're going to have downlights in here. So the reason we've got downlights only in this room is because if the kids are throwing footies around or balls or whatever they're doing, we can't get smashed lights coming off the ceiling. And if they dare throw anything in the other rooms that has the normal light buttons, they'll be in big trouble. So where have I got? Yeah, so again, probably put some PowerPoints on the external walls of this room, but at the moment we've just got the 1 PowerPoint there and the TV point. So obviously looking at putting a TV cabinet along that wall there. Then we've got the 2 cupboards in the rumpus room that I felt were pretty important for storage in there. So that's about it. This time next week, when I come, I would imagine a fair amount of plaster work would have been done on those walls. No need to go outside again.